Hello, everyone. Enod here, getting ready for season 14, round 1. This is 3 versus 3, all characters. I have not had a chance yet to post my 3 versus 3 with ships finals, which I did end up winning. I had, well, I did not record my final match in that one because I was traveling. I did record my round 2, and I have not posted that one yet. And that one I do plan on posting. I made a lot of mistakes in that one, so that'll be some good education. But here, I am against Chris B, and I believe that I have a huge advantage against him. He does not have his Darth Revan. He does not have Malik, of course, because he does not have Darth Revan. Um, I haven't done a real look at his mods, and I don't think I'm really gonna be looking into that because, I mean, if he's without Darth Revan, then chances are he's not going to be able to contest with me. So this is just going to be a little adventure. How efficient can I clear his board? So we'll take a look really quick at my defense. I went ahead, did my pretty much standard defense as it is right now. So I went with my Darth Revan Sith Empire team. So Darth Revan leading HK and Darth Malik. Currently still 5 stars with only 1 Zeta. I'm getting close to that 6-star mark. I do have enough Zetas to do another one, but I do not have enough Omegas. That's going to be my holdup right now. And below that, I've got my Night Sister team. Asajj leading Daka and Zombie. It's going to be kind of difficult to take out with all the revives and all the stuns. And below that, I'm running my Emperor Palpatine leading Darkside Bastilla and Sith Trooper. So Sith Trooper's got that auto taunt. It's going to be really annoying to take out. I've got Shock Synergy with Palpatine and Dark Bastilla. And the fear from Bastilla is just going to be a pain in the butt to get through on the enemy team. Plus, all of the debuffs that she does, all of it expiring is going to generate tons and tons of turn meters. So that's going to be kind of a difficult squad to beat through. The only counter that I can think of, like that's going to be easier, is going to be a meta team or Jedi Bastilla leading with all of that tenacity at the beginning. Behind that, I use my Jin leading Chase and my Wigs with Old Ben. And on the bottom, this is a new one for me. I've got my General Grievous, who I recently geared up for the Padme event, who I have Padme at 6 stars. Currently, I'm going to be doing some more attempts later on tonight to see if I can't get her up to 7 star now that I've got my Dooku to 7 star. He was getting really close, but was just lagging a little bit behind, not getting the shards that I wanted. So finally got him to 7 star, so I'll be attempting the Padme event again later tonight. So yeah, we got General Grievous leading the B2 and IG 100. Then we've got my 2 bounty hunter teams, Django leading Cad Bane with Zam, and Bosk leading Boba Fett and Dengar. So my bounty hunters are pretty well modded, so I don't anticipate him using some chump teams against that. He's going to have to use a Jedi Ray against one of them, and he's going to have to use another fairly meta team against the other. And then behind that, I've got my Karth team leading Mission and Zalbar, and then I've got Vader leading Tarkin and TIE Fighter Pilot. So that's a quick look at my defenses. Now for his. We have up top, of course, with Jedi Knight Revan. Typical team with Yoda and Jolie. Below that, we've got Crew. And below that, we have Bosk. Same bounty hunter team that I have. And then in the bottom section, he's got the same Night Sister team that I have. except his is better geared, probably not better modded, but better geared at the very least. Some decent speed on Asajj. Speed set, not much health, but a lot of protection. So the protection's nice, but on zombie it's better to stack health. So he's going for, oh, that's weird, a defense primary. No, but it does have health as the as a secondary, so it's not so bad. This one is just, this mod would be better off on someone else, because zombie is constantly dying and reviving. Zombie is better to have health primaries, because when he revives, he does not have any protection. He only has his health. So you want to have him have as big of a health pool as you can, not necessarily protection. So his Daka, pretty decent speed, a lot of health base. So that's this is actually fairly well modded. Now, below that, he's got Django team leading Embo and Cad Bane. That can actually be a little bit difficult for me. And then below that, we have his Bastilla team leading Obi-Wan and Ezra. So I'll probably take Kira Nest against that one. But I'm going to start on the top with his Jedi Knight Revan, and then I'll work my way south once I clear this zone and see what's in the back. I'm anticipating kind of trash behind this one, since he has his best teams here. So let's take a quick look at these mods here. Pretty fast, and some pretty decent health. Tenacity is really high, so this is a very, very well modded crew. Offense and crit damage. He's got a lot of protection. Once again, that's pretty good. A lot of speed. I think I'm going to probably end up having to take my Jedi Ray against this team. I don't think I have much of a choice in that one. And his Bosk looks like is also pretty well modded. 250 speed, a lot of health and protection, and a lot of tenacity. So that's going to be a pain in the butt, actually. I can only take Jedi Ray against one of them. So, oh man, he's actually got a pretty fast Dengar too. That's not something you see every day. All right, so how to handle this? Let's check his mods on these guys. He's at plus 88 speed, so that's pretty slow. Here's Yoda. He's running crit damage, crit chance. 99 speed's pretty decent, not amazing. 3,000 damage. And then there's Jolie. How's his hit points? Pretty decent. So fairly well modded teams. So this is actually going to be kind of interesting. Now the question is, do I want to do a mirror match here, or do I want to try my Traya? My Traya is modded for defense. I could probably skate away using Traya and Thrawn with Nihilus. But my Nihilus I usually like to use against Night Sisters down there. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just mirror matching this. You and past Jolie. Oh, I think my Jolie's on defense. I put Jolie on defense. No? Alright, let's just do it this way. Sort by Jedi. There he is. Okay. Missed him somehow. Alright, so let's just go ahead and mirror match this. I usually hate doing mirror matches, Revan versus Revan in threes, but I mean, it's the most sure thing. so I'm gonna just go for it. Let's see here. Okay, so Savior's down. Mark my Jolie. Okay, let's just continue taking him out real quick, and then I'll switch over to Jolie in a minute. Let's just do this. And reduce some turn meter. Okay. I'm going to give the turn meter to Jolie so I can get that marked off of him quicker. Okay. Alright, so his revive is down for the moment. Do this, grab those buffs and spread them around. Let's big hit. Good. Let's give a heal over to him. And let's go for it. Hopefully I'll be able to mow through him. So grab those buffs. Spread the buffs. Just going for that kill. Good. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. He has the most turn meter. I'm gonna see if I can maybe end up giving more protection to no, I'm not gonna be able to. I kill Yoda too fast. Okay, so there it is. I'm not gonna get max banners, but at least I got the team in one shot. So 52 banners, it's not too bad. Not bad for his best team for sure. Okay, so now we have crew and Bosk left in this territory. Both of these are very well modded. One of them I'm going to use JTR. The other one I'd probably use Thrawn. How fast is my Thrawn versus him? So he's got 261 speed. Crew 223 plus 30. So 253. Okay, so my Thrawn would be faster than that one. And over here, my Thrawn would be faster here as well. Okay, so one of them I can use Thrawn against. It's a shame I don't have Palpatine lead since he's on defense, but alright. Let's go ahead and I've got Scion too. Scion always does me right. Or what other Sith have I got? I want to save Traya Nihilus, but I can use Scion elsewhere. I've never been burned by using this team against crew, but it's always come down to the last, last man standing is Nihil or is Scion. Never a sure thing. I've got. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take JTR up here. Resistance, JTR, you, and sometimes I like to use Finn. Sometimes I like to use R2. I'm gonna go ahead and just use R2 because R2 is gonna have the more survivability. I like to use Finn because his taunt can give protection regeneration. But against this particular team, because he's modded so well, I don't think that that's gonna work out too well. So just do this. Awesome, I got an ability block. I wasn't actually expecting that because he's got so much tenacity on that guy. But that's very helpful. Hopefully I can get some exposed. I did not. Okay. So stormtroopers going down nice and quick. All right, let's keep this up. And let's continue to wave against Kylo unmasked. Even though he had the ability block, I would rather not risk him losing the ability block. Just keep him under control. Alright, did he have days? He does not have days, so I'm not going to just work on Kylo a little bit. So I can get a stun on. There we go. Okay, dodge, that's great. Go for more ability block. No ability block. So he could possibly get a taunt off. But he keeps losing turn meter every time I use an ability because he's got the expose on, which is nice. Alright, so he's down. Stun. Good, got a stun. Alright, I'm going to end up full banners on this one. A nice, easy win. This is quite possibly the best counter that you could possibly use against crew. Okay. So that's that. Now all I have left in this territory is a Bossk lead. So I have my rebels, I have Bastilla, I have Thrawn, I have Scion, I have Wampa. A lot of these I'm going to want to save for more difficult teams. What other Empire do I have? Because I'm likely going to want to use Thrawn. You know, I've done this before, actually. Thrawn, Death Trooper, and Shore Trooper. I've been able to do this in the past, and it works. It worked very well when I did it. So I use Fracture on Bossk to keep him under control, keep those taunts off. And then I just focus down Boba Fett, which is pretty normal, using the AoE from Death Trooper there to increase the cooldowns. And I constantly use his the leadership ability from Thrawn to basically just get through the cooldowns as quick as I can. And even though I know that it's not going to kill him, I still use Death Trooper's Death Mark ability because it's just going to give another additional turn, basically. Or additional damage, rather. Sorry. Alright, now this is not going very well over there. Got so many debuffs. Got lucky that I didn't get executed. Go for more damage. We keep Bossk under control. Good counterattacks. I'll do it over there. Get some crit immunity. This again here. And all of that protection regeneration from Dengar is really putting a hamper my ability to do damage. Come on, kill him. Good. All right. Because I got the kill shot with Death Trooper's Annihilate ability, Boba Fett did not automatically res. So that's a little trick that you might find helpful. Is you don't actually have to kill him before you use the ability. You just have to get the killing blow with the ability. And now that someone has died, you can come in here and just wreck them. So much damage when you have Death Mark on and you use Thrawn's Fracture ability. It's a lot of damage. Okay. Crit immunity. Go ahead and fracture him. I'm trying to extend this battle as much as I can right now because I'm trying to max out my banners. So as you can see, I'm not worried about losing it. I'm just, now that it's a sure win, I'm just trying to max my banners, get as much protection back as I possibly can. So now all I have to do is get the one little bit more protection regen on Shore Trooper, and game over. There we go. Full banners. Piece of cake. Makes the battle go a little bit long, but you know, the name of the game in Grand Arena is efficiency. All right, so that team's down. Now we got a look in the back. We have really bad Ewoks and Geonosian team with Puggle leading Spy and Sun Fac. Now, Spy is a character that you don't want to underestimate. If you're going with a team that has a lot of buffs, Geospy does on his special 40% additional damage per debuff. So you got to be careful about that. If you're going in with a team that does a lot of buffs, like Bastila, Spy's damage can ramp up really fast. All right, so now rather than go after these easy teams, I'm going to go after these teams, which are harder, and that's because of the amount of points that the territories are worth. So the ones in the back are worth 176 banners. So even though there's only 2 squads to beat, clearing this one would be better than clearing these 2 in the zone. You want to get as many points as you can. So if you know that you can clear a zone, you might as well go for it. And I can just throw easy teams at those ones in the back at the end. So here I'm going to go after Night Sisters first. I'm using Treya, Nihilus, and then you can throw in any third. My personal favorite, honestly, is Sith Assassin. I see a lot of people that underestimate Sith Assassin that don't use her in offensive battles, but she makes a great filler for this team. You don't need to use Scion with these to take out Night Sisters, because that's just way overkill. So instead, you can throw in Sith Assassin, who mine is not well modded, not well geared. You know, she should be modded for speed. I've only got plus 43. So, you know, she's not great. She's got a bunch of offense stuff on her. But you'll see in this battle, she really doesn't do much. She's mainly just there to feed the turn meter and keep things going. So they're gonna go first. they're going to get some stuns off, but it doesn't matter because Treya's leadership will dispel the stuns, and you get to go anyways. So you just constantly are feeding the cooldown reduction over to Nihilus, and you're just waiting to get Nihilus's Annihilate. And once you get the Annihilate, it's over. So the idea is you do not want to kill the zombie if you can at all help it. The zombie has to stay alive, otherwise, when the zombie dies, you're going to be basically out of commission. You're going to be stuck behind his taunt forever. So here we go. Got my first Annihilate. Gonna hit Daka. And next will be Asajj. So I'm gonna ignore Asajj, like I was saying. I'm gonna actually be hitting the zombie. Big thing is you do not want to use the assassin's special ability. Because when you use his special ability, you come out of stealth, like I just actually did. Came out of stealth because of Asajj's special. And when you come out of stealth, you can obviously die. So try to not come out of stealth if you can at all help it, and can just continue feeding that turn meter over to Nihilus, and you will eventually get to that Annihilate, and it's going to be game over. Right there. Nice, easy win, so you don't get max banners, like ever, because you're never going to be you're never going to be full protection at the end. But you should be full health on pretty much everyone. I was not full health on my assassin. She's just too low gear. And so I've got that dispel off. So, but still, it's one shot. It's against a really well modded team, nice and easy. So next, I'm gonna do this Bastilla team. This is my my normal counter for Bastilla. I like to use Kira and Nest. I just take them in there solo. You can throw a third in there if you're not really comfortable with your Nest. Mine is modded for basically tenacity. She's got like I don't even know how much tenacity, probably like 150% tenacity, something like that. And that's so that she can resist the stuns mainly. And against this team, the big threat is mainly going to be Bastilla, because she has that stun. If she does get a stun against your Nest, you can easily end up losing the match. So Ezra, while he can hit hard, he is not near as much of a threat as the stun from Bastilla is. So here I can actually just go ahead and target Bastilla and put it on auto battle, and just let it go. So it's a nice easy win. I really don't know why a lot of people put Bastilla team on defense like this, because it is not a good team to put on defense, since it is so easily countered by Kira and Nest. Now I do put Bastilla on defense a lot of the time, like you saw when I went over my defenses earlier. She's in my back row on the bottom, and I put her in with Ezra and Juhani. So the reason I do Juhani in that is because Juhani also has a stun, and that can be a real pain in the butt to go through when you have Bastilla has a stun, Juhani has a stun. I think Juhani's is hard to resist. So it's just it's not a good team to put on defense unless you are unless you basically can have additional stuns with it. So again, my Nest is modded for tenacity, which is why that team works. If my Nest was modded for speed, that would not work, or at least it wouldn't work as well. You have to be able to resist that stun, or it's over. So now we have Django-led bounty hunter team. He does not have the Zetas on Django, so that's a bonus for me. He is very fast, however, and his leader does give plus 30 speed. So he's going to be very fast, 296. He's probably going to go before any of my teams, unless I use CLS. So if I use CLS, I'll probably end up going first, and that I think is what I'm going to end up having to do. I don't believe I have any other team that can really punch through him, not in one shot at least, and not easily. So I'm going to go ahead and CLS versus this team. It is the first time I've actually had to fight a team like this, so it's going to be kind of interesting, a little bit of experimentation. But I mean, it's CLS, so I'm sure I'm going to win it. So it was not cool. I got resisted, or I forget what happened already. But all I'm doing here is again trying to bide a little bit of time, trying to let Chewie get as many turns as he can so that I can continuously regenerate protection and health. So Chewie lost some protection there, so I wasn't max banners. I lost one, but I mean, 53 banners is still pretty respectable. I would have liked to have not had to use a CLS team, not knowing what's behind it. I might have needed that CLS team against something, but I was suspecting that he went weak on the backside, which he definitely did. So he's got Ewoks, Chirpa, Elder, and Wicket, and he's got a Jin Chase team. Same thing I've got on defense, actually, Jin and Chase, except he has a Zeta on Jin. Not a Zeta that I would actually recommend. Alright, so both these territories are worth an equal amount, so it doesn't really matter which one I go for first, but the one that I go for is going to be the one that I'm going to focus on until I completely finish the node to make sure that I get those banners. So I'm going to check his speed here on his Ewoks, 155 on Chirpa, and 161 on Elder, and Wicket, 176. So 176 is what I've got to beat, and I know I can beat that with my troopers. The question is this going to have enough DPS to burst down one person before they get to go? So Stark has 256 speed, and he gets a speed bonus from Veers. Chirpa is going to be the weakest on the team, so he's going to be the one I focus down first. He's got 36k, 37,000 health and protection. That's going to be kind of rough for my troopers to break through on the first turn, but I think that I might be able to do that. So I'm going to just go ahead. Veers leading Stark and Snowtrooper. And as long as I can get that kill on Chirpa, their weakest member, then the turn meter train is going to get going, and it's going to be a nice, easy win. Got the kill, so bam. Nice, easy victory. This is the downside of setting really weak teams in the back. You set weak teams in the back, then someone can come in with like underpowered troopers. Like mine are not that well geared. And you know, they can just wreck your face because all they need is one kill. To get one kill, and it's over. So Jin and Chay's team, now that I know what they have in back, okay, so Jin and Chay's, and then Toggle leading Geonosians and other crappy Ewoks. I'm going to go with my normal counter against Jin Chay's, which is Rex Wampa, and I throw in Hoda for good measure. So here's my Rex, get my Wampa up in there, Wampa, and Hoda. This is a great counter in threes to a lot of mediocre teams. Wampa just does so much damage. It's it just makes for a really easy team. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this and just continue whacking. Just play whack-a-mole. All right. I'm gonna hit Jin. Let's get some protection recovery over here. Question is, do I want to try to finish off Bays? I'll go ahead and try. Yeah, good. Got it. Okay. That was nice and easy. So now it's just a matter of time before I can finish them off. I didn't really need to do the roar, but I mean, fear the roar. And it's over. 52 banners. It's not unusual for my Rex to die during that fight, so the fact that he lived is a bonus for me. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so now we have Poggle leading Geonosians, and we have Tebow leading crappy Ewoks. So in here, I was just talking about how it can be dangerous to use a team like a Bastilla team that does a lot of. Oh, I didn't have her on defense. I thought I put her on defense, but I guess I saved her. I was talking about just a little bit ago how dangerous it can be using a team like Bastilla who does a lot of buffs against a team that has Geonosian Spy. But I'm going to try to get around that by using Bastilla's leadership, who gives so much bonus protection, and Juhani, who is going to be taunting. So they're not going to actually be able to use Spy's major damage ability against my my Ezra or my Bastila, because they're going to be hidden behind Juhani. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this because he's so low. I don't want to waste a big attack. So I'm going to save his big attack again because he's got a buff. And here, let's see if I can get buff immunity. That's good. Buff immunity and a stun. And now it's just you know, kill the spy off nice and quick. And finish off Sunfac. And game over. We've got one more team to beat. It's the crappy Ewoks. And so I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see here. This one has low gray, right? Yeah. Yeah, screw it. I've got, he's not going to break through my teams, so I'm not too worried about it. I like this team. It's a fun team. Akbar leading 3PO and Leia. It works against a lot of defensive teams in 3 versus 3. And like I said, it's fun. So you just got all of the assist calls. You got a ton of exposes. You got turn meter reduction. Like, I mean, everything that you can want, you've got in this team. You have the good damage output when Leia decides that she's not going to single tap like she seems to want to do today. And of course, the downside here is what I was hoping wasn't going to happen is I got dazed, and that's because I couldn't take out low grade before it was couldn't take out low grade before he got to go. So, but it's a nice and easy battle. So that team can be used to take out a lot of fairly decent teams. It's not going to take out like a team like Crew. It's not going to take out CLS. Not going to take out like a lot of the meta teams, but it'll take out B and T teams or B and C teams. Pretty good. So there you go. Full clear, nice and easy. And like I said, I don't think he's even going to try to beat my guys. Having seen that I'm doing a full clear, which, again, that is something that I hate. Everyone, whether you're going to win or lose, you should attack, all right? I don't know what he's got left on offense. He didn't use CLS, so I know he's got that. He didn't use JRT, so I know he's got that. He's got Palpatine, he's got Traya. So he still has a lot of good teams that he can use. He probably even, I bet, would have a First Order team that he can still use with a Phasma lead, Executioner, and Officer. I mean, it's not a bad team. So he's got a lot of teams that he could use, and he could wipe out some of my teams. He's not going to do a full clear. But, I mean, at the very least, you get some practice. So you're not, you're not going to lose future battles because you're not experienced enough with the counters. So you can get experience, which is great. On top of that, you can get credits. Every time you beat a team, you get like 70,000 credits. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up very quickly. I mean, 70,000 times 12 teams, that's nearly 1,000,000 credits right there, and you're always hurting for credits. So even if you only clear one side, which he could do here, he could clear this side, he could get 500,000 credits. I mean, there's really no reason not to do it. But that's my 2 cents. I mean, everyone has their own opinions. But that's that. So hope you enjoyed my Grand Arena. I'll be putting this up on the web on YouTube here shortly, as well as last week's round 2 for the 3v3 with ships, and that will be basically what not to do in Grand Arena. So hope you enjoyed it.